What's going on, everyone? Unfortunately, we had a little bit of technical difficulties. I'm running this solo today, so we didn't get to have the little cool banner and the music and stuff. And we're up very early in the morning, and for good reason. We're up for episode 10. I told you in September, we're going to do a lot of Silat masters and gurus and instructors and just awesome practitioners from the Silat world in Malaysia, mostly. Maybe a couple of people from Indonesia. But today, this morning, I know a lot of you are going to be watching the show recorded because we're up so early in the morning. It's 7 a.m. Mountain Time and it's 9 p.m. Malaysian time, so big time difference why we're up so early. So I want to go ahead and introduce our man of the hour, Mr. Demank Ahmad, the Pukulan Patikaman Silat Kuntau. I hope I didn't butcher that. I hope I said that right. He's going to correct me if I didn't, and he'll probably hit me with a stick if I didn't. So anyway, we're going to go and explore. I mean, just before we go on, I don't know if a lot of you have followed his system on Facebook and seen a lot of his totally just badass videos of his sword work is amazing. I haven't seen sword work like that probably at all. I mean, I know there's people probably way more experienced than me that probably seen a lot more than I have. But I mean, just the pressure testing he does, the movements, multiple attacker videos with using live blades, pressure testing, just total stuff, badass stuff that a lot of people aren't doing in the scene right now. But it just phenomenal sword work, and it really intrigued me when I first started watching it, and I've been a follower of his for quite a while. And I've seen a lot of his videos, and it's just like I got to get him on. He said, I know a couple of people had him on other shows, but I want to have him on here and just have a little candid conversation about what he thinks about what he sees today when he sees other people sword systems, whether in Filipino martial arts, in Silat. We've had another great Silat practitioners before on the old show it was on, and we're talking about sword work in different parts of Malaysia. So I'm glad that we have him on today. Without further ado, I'm gonna stop babbling. Let's get him on. Let's start talking about it. Let's dig in, guys. Let's dig in. So I'm gonna bring him on, Mr. Demank Ahmad. Hope I didn't butcher his name, but let's get him on. How you doing? How you doing, sir? Good evening where you're at. Good morning where we're at. So I was
different time.
Yeah, the time difference was I usually get up really early in the morning. I don't know about you if you get up early in the morning, but I get up like around 5 in the morning a.m. every day. Usually 4 a.m. to go to work, and then 5 a.m. just on the weekends. I'm already programmed to be up early. So thank you. I want to thank you. I know it's late over there, and I got your family's there, and I know we're not going to keep you too long. We just want to kind of talk to you about your system. And we gotta have a couple of viewers join us. Vagelis Zorbas, Nico Aditya Pratama. Whoop. Hope I said that right. Is that like kind of like a can you explain this what that means? The oop.
Yes.
The oop. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the OUP.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Can you explain to us what that is? I see a lot of people post that on your posts.
That's actually that word come from many our old teachers in the village. Mostly they already old, but when they hearing the music, the traditional music of Silat, they directly up, and then they more have a power again, they stumble again to flying silat. So we use that up as a spirit. That means we ready, we okay, we good, and something like that. Because that both describing power and ready position.
Oh, okay. Because I've done a lot of Silat like under Professor Jack Othman. I studied under him, and Bukti Nagara, but I've never heard of that term until you mentioned to me right now. So I want to get into talking about first of all, the show, we want to just give a little brief history of, like, you know, what your system is about. And can you hear me fine, or you can't hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, I'll try to talk a little closer in here. You don't want to bring my face all up in there in the beginning.
I'm not perfect English, so I must listening a little bit carefully to
Okay, I'll talk.
understand.
I'll talk slower. Okay, my apologies. I'll talk a little slower. Your sword system is very unique. I've seen a lot of Silat sword systems. So with your system, can you just tell me? I know that you're from Borneo, correct?
Yes, Indonesia, South Borneo and Central Borneo, Indonesia.
Okay, so it's a lot different than the Malaysian Silat.
Oh yeah, different. Yeah.
Very different. Yeah. Okay. I kept saying Malaysian Silat. I don't know why I kept saying that for. My apologies. Should have done a lot of my research. Unfortunately, you can batter me from that later. You know, hit me there. With your system, your footwork is very intricate. I've seen a lot of your videos, and with your videos, with the multiple attackers, with the pressure testing. Before we start getting into the history of the system, I just want to get your opinion. When you open up your Facebook, okay, and you look in your feed and you look at videos, what do you think about what people are showing, like in Filipino martial arts and other Silat? What do you think, in your opinion, is lacking? Like the pressure testing, the multiple opponents, because I don't see a lot of videos with people who post videos with what you're doing with the multiple attacker, with the pressure testing with the knife, live blade, because they use live blade, correct? A lot of your videos are live blade. So what is your opinion? What do you think that what do you think people should start doing to, like, to show realistic scenario, realistic training? Because and why do you post so many videos with that? What is your opinion on that?
Okay, I first for the looking another system, I don't have holistic idea about what they do. Of course, as long as I see the many people showing their art or something, it's good. They have a good coordination or something like that. And I don't know behind that what they do again. Of course, I don't have apa uh, holistic view to judging the system is realistic or not or something like that. But what we do itu we still keep our traditional method, traditional way. So that's how we practice with our teacher from the oldest day until now. So that's just part of the system, ya lah, part of the system. In Kalimantan or Borneo Silat is very one of typical style in here is langkah, the footwork. We very serious learning the footwork. For ourselves, the footwork is the key. Yeah, doesn't matter you have a strong punch, speed, and solid block. If we don't the good footwork, this is less solid than you use the footwork. So that's why we always practicing our footwork in many conditions. Something like that.
I noticed your footwork, because a lot of footwork's based, obviously, all the footwork, whether it's Filipino martial arts, Silat, or any kind of martial arts, based on the triangle. And I see you have a lot of that, and even on your shirt, you have the triangle. So you emphasize a lot of that triangle style footwork. I've seen more than a lot of other Silat systems. I've seen that. So the footwork, and you're saying your system is very important, which rightfully so. In any serious system, the footwork with the blade is, in the triangle footwork, is very, very excuse me, is very important. What makes your sword work? Because your sword work is very, very intricate. It's very, the movements, the way you move the blade. What makes your in your area in Borneo down there? What makes your sword work unique and different from the mainland, like Pencak Silat, like the mainland Indonesia? Like what's the special thing that you have in your system that other systems don't?
First, in the because in the cultural, the blade is a part of our life, is part of the culture, part of the tradition, and apa nih in the historical too, we always war using the sword, the masiti, and something like that.
Mm,
And our system too not too big changing in the modern day. So the old methods still exist. So that's why maybe the looks like more extreme because a long
mm,
time ago people when practice must be have a direct skill apa nih apa nih efficient and something like that. So we don't try to juggling first in the our mentality. So
mm.
we practicing what the old method do until now. So I think that's it what we doing until now. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Itu
are the weapons the same style of weapon? Are the weapons the same style of weapons in other parts of Indonesia? Or are they just unique to your area in Borneo? Are there certain, I know, are there certain swords, certain types of knives that are unique to your area? And do you have
ya,
any you might be able to show us? If you don't, that's fine. That are
ya,
different in the different areas.
ya. Ano, ani, kan pagkakataon ko kontak.
I,
Okay.
I love the weapons in Silat because they're so
Ya,
unique. The
sama
shapes.
sama. Actually in Indonesia itu many almost all area in Indonesia they have sword art
Mm.
and then but mostly Western people sing silat as a just only golok. This already
And Karambit.
mixed modern silat with the traditional something like that. But
Mm.
actually in the oldest day, all area in Indonesia have a sword, have a many makiti, and apa nih, there is old method too, sword art, but not too famous like a pencak silat. Like a common pencak silat you see in the America and Europe. Gitu lah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, in Borneo we don't often using golok, the sword masiti. We don't often using that. We using parang. Parang more longer than golok, and
Mm.
we use the sword too in our traditional martial art. So this typical weapon is not familiar in the West when people
Mm.
performing the silat. Mostly they knowing the karambit, yes, they knowing
Mm.
kris, they knowing golok, but not many silat practitioner performing old school silat, which many using the short or long masiti. For
Yeah.
example, this is from my area, right? Most people knowing and recognizing. We have Mandau. The Mandau is very Borneo. This is Mandau.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
Di Mandau, ini come from our area too. So, the blade like this one. You see that?
I noticed a lot of the weapons you have are long and flexible.
Yeah.
More like a lot of other areas in Indonesia I've seen before. They're real short and thick blade, but yours are really long. It look like and flexible, almost like a long sword kind of. So, is there any reason behind why the weapons are so long like that or flexible? Is it because of the movements or for the cutting or?
Actually, it's not too flexible. This is thick too.
Mm.
Uh, like this one, we call this lice too. This is from our area too. Lice.
Like a
Uh,
saber, almost. Yeah.
yeah, like a saber, like a saber. This one. This is our typical our city or our sword. And then we have bungkul too, looks like golok, but very long. We call this parang bungkul. This is from my grandfather. Actually, the late my grandfather.
Wow.
Like this one.
They're almost like a machete, kind of. So
Yeah,
these weapons have dual use. You use kind of like in Filipino martial arts, like they have barong and they have talabong that they use for like farm work, but they're also used for defense. So is that the same with the weapons there?
some some weapon using for the farm, but some weapon specifically for the wall. For example, like this one, like lice, you don't chop the tree with this one. See,
Yeah.
mostly for the chop the tree with the bungkul, straight blade, because it's not efficient when you cutting the wood with this one.
Yeah.
Okay, so this mostly for the fight. The lice mostly for the fight. Bungkul like this one, ini can be doing for farm and doing for war too. But some typical of weapon like this one too, the mandau, this is mostly for the war. Gitu lah. So they are not always masiki using by for farm, lah. There is, but many our masiki itu also directly for the war. Uh, like this one, this is long straight blade. We call this Jenawi Banjar.
Janawi, yeah.
Nah, this is Jenawi Banjar. This is straight blade. Yeah. Nah, this is from the 1700.
Oh wow.
This heritage. This
Yeah,
heritage.
it's old. Yeah, it's
See?
old. Yeah.
So a long time ago, this sword just holding by the very high general in war. They use the Jenawi sword.
Janawi, yeah.
And then we have Nabur too. Nabur ini for the special force too, special army in the Kesultanan era. This is from the 1800.
Oh wow.
See, this is Nabur. We call it Nabur Wawalutan. See,
Saber,
nah,
like a saber, yeah.
yeah. We call this Wawalutan. Like this
So,
one. So
so a
many
lot,
also like this. Yes.
so a lot of those weapons are for like, they're not close quarter, they're for long range fighting.
It's not apa nih, like I said, because our martial art is about langkah. Is actually doesn't matter. The size of weapon too doesn't matter. We can flying in the middle, long and close range by some technique. Like I'm using the nabur. Actually, nabur can be used for the close range too.
Oh,
They like that. And then our masiki and our sword is not like a stronger like a European sword. Why? Because mostly we playing langkah doesn't accept 100% impact from somebody attack. That's why we play langkah. So we don't need the heavy masiki, right? But we need the very equality and fast masiki for supporting our martial art system.
Yeah, because I noticed that a lot of the blades, they're really long in length, but that's pretty ingenuitive. You guys get to use them, like I said, for short. You can also use them for close quarter fighting and stuff like that. So that's pretty awesome that you're able to do that. So just going back to talking about, you know, like the stuff we see nowadays is like it's a lot of I don't want to say like traditional art stuff, but like I've seen a lot of your videos. Like I followed you like a couple on YouTube and Facebook and stuff like that. Where did you get the idea to start making the videos? Like there's one where I think where you were sitting on the ground and the guy pulled a knife and he just like you were talking and then he like pulled a knife and you blocked it and then you where did you get the idea of doing that? Is this the thing you just wanted to show people like, hey, look, you know, our system, we can, you know, do knife defense like just like, and that's good you're showing that because a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people, you know, they do knife, the guy goes like this real slow and then the guy goes, he blocks it and then he puts it. But you did like real live speed, like unpredictable, like, you know, you showed first the knife with the paper, you cut in the paper to show people that was a live blade. And when I first started seeing it, I'm like, man, this guy's crazy, you know, like he's gonna get stabbed, you know what I mean? But then like when I seen you block it and your choreography, your movement was the timing was so good. Like when the guy pulled out the knife, you just like blocked it. Where did you get the idea of doing that? Were you scared doing that? Is it like, did you like just do it like in one take? Like, okay, just come at me with a knife, and I'm going to block it. Were you kind of scared, or you kind of like you had faith? You had faith in your training partner, your student, whatever. You knew he wasn't going to hit you, right?
It's not just totally faith, but this is knowledge. First, in our traditional method, we always practicing in the standing, sit down, lay down position. That's part of our cultural too. We don't sit down using the sofa. We
Yeah,
sit down in the ground. So many
yeah,
ceremony we have like a people marriage, like a people blessing the kid and something like that. We sit down on the ground. So by cultural, many case sometimes people fight in that situation. So many teacher itu tuh teaching us from the sit down position, from the standing, from the behind, or something like that. That's already not something new. You can coming to the Borneo or Kalimantan, learning with the village people. They already have that method. That first. Secondly, why we using the live blade? Of course, it's not directly like that. Learning step by step, but we have some method formula to understanding the movement, to understanding what is the truly danger in the knife attack, in the massive attack. So many people just pay attention the danger is knife. But in our system, we don't see the danger is knife. See, knife on the ground cannot kill you. See, so our focus is the attacker considerity, the attacker range, the attacker mechanism. So even when during playing, first we don't doing the choreograph, we doing the free flow. Secondly, we don't seeing a knife as a danger. It's not source of the problem. For us, the source of the problem is distance. Doesn't matter how strong you punch, how fast, and how sharp your blade, as long as not arrive, not arrive.
yeah.
See, this is our system. So the first for us is distance is important. Secondly, the mechanism. Like sometimes you standing in the distant, touching distant position. But if the mechanism locked cannot doing something, that means the knife is not danger too. Third is his considerity. So the movement just manifests by the mind, by the willingness. So when we walking, we don't walking to managing his hand, but we managing the psychology. We managing the position to direct where's the attack will be coming. So we direct the attacker. Looks like he free doing move, but actually that by our control, by managing his psychology. That's in our system doing. So that's why when you see many our movement, we don't seeing our eyes, don't seeing the weapon. Our eyes directly seeing the attacker eyes during the motion. Yeah. Like that.
Yeah, your take on knife defense is pretty unique, yeah, and how you so since we're talking about knife defense, when you what do you think about like I said, what you see on knife defense, like a lot of the stuff on videos where people are are doing that, the hitting, or like the grabbing the wrist and disarm, because I see a lot of your stuff is a lot of physical, like you grab the attacker, turn them around, and you do the knife. What is your opinion on that? You think that obviously when you do knife defense, you're going to get cut no matter what. I mean, but you got to negate the risk of your vital organs and getting killed. You're going to get cut somehow. So do you teach your students that too, that they will be cut if they try to disarm, or do you teach them you can disarm without being slashed or stabbed?
Of course, first I never telling all the Pukulan Patikaman practitioner to run first. If run already, you don't need to come to the galanggang or to the training place just hearing run. You already knowing, everybody knowing run. So sometimes run is danger. Mostly where and when we consider there is knife attack already in the very close distance. When you run, you give your behind. Many cases in here, in our tradition, we always bring a knife. So 80% fight in here, beginning or ending with the blade. So we experience it. Even I ever get stuck 2 times. So we experience that this part of our culture. So we can understand what happened in the during the knife attack. First, mostly we consider the attacker already close. See, if the attacker part, mostly we don't consider there is knife attack or not. So mostly knife attack present itu already in the close 3 step, maximally 4 step langkah footwork. Then you consider there is somebody want to attack you. In that position, if the case is revenge, if about fight, mostly they will be running, catching you. But if that robbery, mostly not. Mostly not. If you run, they're not running you. But if that fight, if there's revenge, okay, I'm angry, tomorrow I will fight you. Mostly they catching you. So in that position, if you run, you give you behind, sometimes you split down or something like that, that's very unlucky, worst thing. So we never teaching people to run because mostly if you consider there is knife attack, that's already in the 1 step range. So that's the first. Secondly, during the knife attack, yes, there is chance you get cut or get stabbed. But we don't just give the okay, maybe you get stabbed, maybe you get cut or something like that. But we teaching it how if you get stabbed, how to make the slice, the step not too big in that position. Because not always the blade touching you is not doesn't meaning that always cut. The cut happening by mechanism, not just because this is knife and put that or like this one, you get stuff. No, there is mechanism. So by that, by understanding the mechanism, you're learning the joint maneuver. So to make the knife hurt you, that means his joint movement. See, understand? So we try to describe that. We try to analyze that. We learning about that. And secondly, most people apa nih just telling watching the knife, watching the hand using the knife. We never we never do that too. We focusing about the line and the range. Gitu lah. If this apa nih, if you look at this is very fast. But when you already looking this one, this more less faster than this. So, but this cannot arrive without this. See, now the listen more deep about that. See, and then like I said, all people performing about 9 defense is good. Is good. I don't say that it's not work. This is work. Anything we can do in the theoretically have a chance happening in the reality. But there is some very difficult technique, super easy technique, easy technique. See, if you practice with the human and the attacker human too, the chance the technique happening, yeah. But there is another effect. What is the rhythm, the momentum, the mentality? So we don't just learning the application, but we must learning the bridging knowledge how to make your application work in the some situation. Now, most people forget that bridging knowledge. How I can twist them. How I from this to this, from this to there. Now, not many people learning about it. This in our system, we learning the bridging knowledge to make that your basic application, how to applying your basic application in dynamic situation. Something like that.
So I take it from what you're telling me, everybody carries a knife and where you're at. So there's a lot of attacks with a knife there, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's because everybody's carrying a knife. It's like here where I live at, everybody carries a gun. Everybody, like women, teenagers, adults, they carry a firearm, a gun. So, but then there's a lot of gun violence here. So where you live at in your area, when somebody gets into fights or verbal, like, hey, the blade always comes out, you said, right? Like more than likely, the one's going to pull out a knife. So it's very important for you to teach your students the techniques because it could save their life. So yeah, I definitely, applaud you for that because that is, it's realistic. It's not something that, you got some shit where people are like, well, like it may happen, you may get attacked with a knife, but the probability percentage of a knife attack where you live at is like you said, like probably like 90% or something if somebody gets in a fight. So it's very important that people learn that stuff where you're at. It depends on their life. So I definitely see that. That's awesome that you're giving all that knowledge to them. I see a lot of people like where you're at. A lot of Westerners come to you, and I've seen a lot of prominent practitioners of FMA and other things. They've trained with you. So more so than often, I see a lot of other Silat practitioners, and I'm not saying anything about other Silat teachers, but I see a lot of people fly from the United States to train with you in Borneo. Can you tell us that what attracts them? What makes them want to fly from USA or Canada all the way to Borneo? Which is, I mean, I was in the military, so I was like stationed overseas, like in Korea, stuff like that. So that's a long airplane flight. I know to Korea, so I don't know what is to Borneo. So what makes people come from the United States and all the way to what brings them there?
First, you cannot knowing that, then you experience it by yourself.
I'm just speculating.
Okay. Yeah. The first many first they want to know how that feeling learning the pure traditional silat, because they, according to them, they not they love traditional silat but just half listen, and that. So they want to experience how apa nih silat tradisional stepping to, and how the village, how the homeland of silat, they want to learning, experiencing, living in the home, one of the homeland of silat. So in our system, we still, like I say, we still keep the traditional method. So beginning, process, ending, still there. So many of them, when learning Pukulan Patikaman and experience that, they're very enthusiastic. They feel open. They feel their knowledge more expand. They more understand about traditional silat. Some of them learning interesting with the history. Some of them learning how the technical, the material more deeper, learning the material or something like that. So that's make them interest, and then of course our smile, our good food. that,
I never had no
always
food over there. So.
Yeah.
I've only been to Bali before. That's it, because I was in the military, and then I took some time off over there, and I was in Korea, a 30-day mid tour, and I went to Bali. And but I went to Bali. I went to go drink and party, go to the beach. I wasn't doing any Silat or anything at the time. I just wanted to get drunk, chase the women, But if had I to do it over again back in 2000 is when I went. I probably, if I was into Silat then, I probably would have spent that time to go do Silat like traditional. Because at that time I was doing Muay Thai. And I wasn't really like into any other martial arts besides Muay Thai, and that's all I was doing. But I didn't really find out the Silat till like many years later, like about what it was about, and then I didn't start actually being a practitioner and then an instructor to recently, like about 8 years ago. So it's very recent; it hasn't been that long. You know what I mean? So I just see I'm jealous because I see all these guys going to your house and you guys are sitting on the floor and everybody's like, they're drinking and like you guys are eating the food, and and I see the camaraderie, the friendship. Because I see also too when I mean I don't know because I'm not there in person, okay, like I'm not there in your house, but I see you treat your students very well, like family. It looks like in the videos, you know, you guys are like sitting all together, you guys are eating, laughing, you guys are training together, which I think is a good environment that a lot of people don't have nowadays. It's more nowadays, and you know yourself because I know. I mean, I know you know you're a businessman too. You know, you have to get paid for your teaching. But a lot of people now are more like money, like you know, you pay me this and that, and I'll teach you. And then when the class is over, you go home. Your instructor goes to his family, and you guys are separated. But I see when you do your classes, like you all together. So is that something that you kind of like, you know, like that's maybe that's what attracts people to come all the way from the United States to, like you said, to Malaysia because they
Then
want to get the atmosphere.
first, yeah, first, if you want to experience and learning more deeper about tradition, I don't say the seminar class is not good. It's good for the introducing, like a camp, good too for introducing or something like that. But how if you want to like a non-choreographed situation, see,
Yeah.
non programming situation. Of course, you must go directly in the ordinary day to the everyday life situation, and they they come in here learning the tradition, learning the history, learning the lineage. Some of them just hearing the figure of the founder or something like that, but just only in imagination. In our system, the lineage still there. So we bring them to the grave, the founder. Okay, now they're feeling that's what the story is exists, gitu lah. The bring to the family of founder, bring to another apa nih, old teacher or something like that, learning without fest like a festival thing. So this like a okay, we knock somebody door, don't know each other, but suddenly we present ourselves lah, and then learning silat directly like that. That experience something you cannot found that they found in the home country. I bring them to my teacher and I bring them to somebody I don't know. So I say how to find silat pendekar. You must knowing the typical of village, how the people looks like. Well, okay, we go to the somewhere place. I don't know too, but we okay. Hello, sir. How your name? Something like that.
Mm.
And talking silat and they performing silat. Oh, like this. Eh? Yes, like this. This how to find the silat pendekar and how to communication apa nih when you want to learning and something like that. So many the experience they never experience it, even they already 30 years, 20 years learning silat, and they doesn't know the fixed curriculum. That's the problem too.
Mm.
In actually in traditional silat, we have fixed curriculum. We doesn't have unclear material from the 1 until 9 clear. So most of them learning many years, but never okay, where we go now? Okay, where we go now? Never unclear destination. Of course, we practicing all of our life journey, but the curriculum must be fixed.
Mhm.
See, now
Yeah.
when they coming directly learning traditional silat, this is the beginning. The tradition, the culture, how to become silat practitioner in the beginning like this. And then the process, this is the curriculum. Step 1, step 2, until you batamat. Batamat is final test, like you see in the many video. The final test we call the
Yeah.
batamat. That means you already own and take the whole curriculum. Now your job practice that all of your life. But the study of that curriculum is done. Kita nah, many they experience learning silat many years, but look, you're hiking the mountain, but you never see the top of mountain. How that feeling?
Mm. It's like you're never gonna get
See?
there. Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
But when you already looking the top of mountain, you hiking it, and then after you in the top of mountain, now you can see what the purpose of hiking to the mountain to
Yeah.
see more largest things.
Mhm.
See, But if you never go to the top, you never seeing something. You just looking the tiger want to attack you, the jungle and something like that.
Mm,
But in the top of mountain, now you can understand the purpose of the journey.
mhm.
See?
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
they not split from the ancestor. They part of the chain of the heritage. That's
Mm,
why the lineage is very important. The technical, okay, I'm already 44. We don't fight again for the ego or something like that.
mm,
See, next, of course, in the beginning is about fight. Okay, how I can defend myself. But next, if you already adult, you want to become part of the goodness. You want part to become part of the heritage, something like that. You want to live something before you go. There's
mm,
there's adult mindset. Many of them already have experience to many martial art. So martial art what they love. So now they want to part into that and want to become can heritage something to the next generation or something like that. Yeah
mhm.
lah. Nah,
Yeah.
they one of the interest topic for them to go to here because like I say, we still pure, we still have lineage or something like that.
Mm,
Completely new, you can learning the technically, the curriculum is complete. Lah. The tradition actual is not festival tradition,
mm,
lah, actual, and then you can part of it, you can part of the chain of the heritage, and you can look by yourself what happened, the truth or something like that in Silat world, of course in the Borneo system, so
yes.
that make them fall in love and always be back. Always
Man,
fight with them.
sounds like I want to do. You're selling me. I want to do it now. Yeah, I admit I was one of those guys. Like I was like, I seen you offer a lot of your little Zoom like sample classes, like sample seminars, and I guess
Yeah.
because of the time difference, I haven't been able to catch one. But I'll have to next time you have one that's able to. Same, maybe I'm able to do here. The time's not too early or too late. I'm able to try that. You have a lot. Do you have a lot of reps in the United States, or how many reps do you have in the United States for your system?
Now to have our gelanggang to have a four
Four rep.
in
Wow.
Ohio, and then in the New York, and then Boston.
Uh,
In California, it's not to open to public, not yet, but there is some our practitioner in there. Open to public itu in Ohio, in Boston, and New York.
wow. So you've been able to do what a lot of people like the other Silat practitioners want to do. You've been able to spread your system to the United States, which is that's a lot of reps. We have a lot of people in there.
First, I'm doing like this. I'm doing like this. First, I don't promote myself. I promote our heritage and my school.
Mm,
Our school, our heritage. So everyone can can be in the front, but have responsibility like that.
yeah.
So like you see, this is your business. Something. Yes. Look, people coming in here, I never put some specific fee or something like that. They just pay the list for the hotel or something like that. So
Mm,
that's why in the beginning I never put myself as a somebody. Okay, my fee like this or something like that. No, I never doing that. You can ask to all the people coming to here. I never
mm,
put that.
mm,
All the something just for the benefit or something like that. So I promote our heritage. That's the point. I don't promote myself. So I'm very okay, very good, very happy if there is somebody have a goodwill, have discipline, finish the curriculum, and when they back to their country and they want to open the galanggang, it's okay. We support that. We as a family like that. For us, is relation, good relation is number one.
mm.
See, and then the requirement how to present ourselves and how to present our school, our heritage. There's only one. Do not doing the bad things. That's it. From that heritage.
Pretty
See,
easy.
give smile. Yeah, smile, sharing the happiness. Yeah, just like that. That's the requirement.
Yeah, you don't want any. You don't want any evil or dark or malicious people representing the school, like people out to do harm. You want people that are upbeat, happy, live in peace. Express the arts and be a good representative for the school. I think that's very important because you do get those people who are students who they get the knowledge, because I've had that before when I've taught people. They get the knowledge and they become dark people. They know how to use the knife or they know how to punch. I'll just go for a story for myself. I had a student 2 years ago, a boy, I call him. He's not a man, he's a boy. Even though he's 21 years old, he's a boy. He's not a man, but I taught him some stuff. And he seemed like a good kid. I screened him really well, and he was a good kid, And then the first 9 months, good, and then the 10th month, he go to a bar, and he get in a fight, and he beat this guy for no reason because the guy spilled drink on him. And I get a call, and it's the first time I'm sharing this online. I get a call from the police department, and they're asking me, "Is this guy a student of yours?" And I told them, of course, like, yeah, he's studying under me. Like, can you, like, he got arrested, this and that. And then, I had to go down there and talk to them and whatever. And then he bailed out of jail, so he paid money and he get out. And I told him, we're done. Like, we're over with. Like, you're not my student. I don't want nothing to do with you because you're a very dark person, because you use that knowledge I give you and you hurt somebody that is innocent. And for me, that is a sin. You're out. So with you, have you ever had any people that have gone there where you've kind of been like, when you see them in person, do you see the change once they get the knowledge? Like, they become dark, like, they go and pick fights. Like, I have the knowledge now, so I'm going to punch you. I'm going to get in fights. Do you ever have anybody like that before you've taught?
Never. But we have some practitioner defend themselves from the attacker, from the robbery. Yes, we have. And we have many practitioners before go to our school as a people on the street, very top guy, very anger man. But after coming to the school and learning, they peaceful, happy, smile, and something like that.
Yeah, because they have the anger to go. Yeah, they have someone.
Yeah. Anger, yeah. Because in tradition, we have one step before you learning the traditional silat. If directly you truly learning traditional, we have pinduduk, the tradition of pinduduk. The pinduduk is like the first step how you become silat student in our area. What is pinduduk? Pinduduk, you bring something as a symbolize, as a first lesson from the teacher to the student. Now, that's many in my photo or video, maybe in the Facebook, some maybe you can see, they bring it like a coconut, like brown sugar, like sticky rice, like a nail, something like that, like white cloth. And then the teacher will be explain what the meaning of that. One of the meaning, like a nail, and what do you call that? When you doing this for the clock, like here, like this one, what do you call that?
Oh,
nail?
okay.
No. In the nail.
Yeah.
Like this one. Apa benang itu apa sih? I don't know in English. Nah, one of that, the meaning, the nail with the 7 tail of the roof. I don't know that. Yeah, like this one. Like this one. Nah, what do you call this?
A string? Like a tassel?
Yeah, like a string. The nail with the 7 dot of the string. That means what? The seven dot of the string is the seven part of your body, which you use that for doing badness or goodness. First, the eyes. Second, the mouth. Third, the ear. Four, the hand. Five, the leg. Six, the stomach, something you eat. Seven, the gentle, the bird. something like that. That seven door can make you falling to the badness or to the goodness. So we always warning in that, warning in the first day meeting and bring that pinduduk. We explain that meaning and how to control it, that seven door of your body. And like a brown sugar, that means are you ready to become sweet talk to your teacher, to your family, to your brotherhood in the school? Do not become a bitter talk from the people because
Mhm.
your behavior in the outside. Oh yes, I'm ready. See, this is your swear, your promise, yes, promise. So we always that first lesson. They bring the pinduduk, the food, as symbolize a first lesson. So if you accept that, if you swear want to running this apa discipline, we will accept you. So that in the beginning, so that's why they always remind this all the fighting talk or something like that must be make them a better person.
Mhm.
See, why we learning many years just to become anger, just to become bad man, bad
Mhm.
people. See, why before you coming to the Silat school, you don't have enemy. And then you coming to Silat school, you have enemy. For what?
Mhm. I see what you're
See,
saying. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah. Why you before following the Silat or martial art school, you healthy, you strong. And then you come, you dead, you have many injury or something like that. Why? For what? See, nah, we like that. And I always say, I don't building the warrior soul by the angry, by the arrogantistic. I say to all our practitioners, who more stronger? The warrior fight because of love or because of hate?
Mhm.
In history, all warrior they fight because for something they love, they always standing never run from the war. See? ah, so make a good warrior, make them always falling in love.
Yeah, you have to go into any martial art with a good positive mindset. No evil in
yeah,
your hearts. Open your heart for peace. Open your mind for peace.
yeah,
You only want war when you have no choice with your
yeah,
family
yeah,
or your body is your temple. So you have to protect your body, but it doesn't mean you have to use your mindsets to go out there and
yes,
harm somebody else's body. Correct? So I
yeah,
see what you're
yeah.
saying.
We, we fight for defend our family, for defend our life, for defend with people. Just because love thing. If you because not love thing, that means because the head. If I don't like your face, I directly using my silat to hitting you. See, if I don't,
Don't do
I don't, yeah. For example, and sometimes people will little bit argue, and you always hate. You don't never to become more understand, more something like that. And I say to many our practitioners, do not see the smile as a weakness. Smile is the sign you controlling the situation because only fear man cannot smile.
Yeah,
only
exactly.
yeah, only under pressure man cannot smile. See?
Yeah, exactly.
Ah,
Exactly.
yeah,
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 you always gotta present the hey, how's it going? Then it's like you're trying to hold it back and yeah.
yeah. So you don't need to bring the monster in your cloth just to show people how strong you. No.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
don't need to prove anything. Yeah. You gotta just kind of control. You gotta kind of control your emotions in there.
Yeah.
So like for you, do you ever have any plans on like trying to come to the United States to teach, like a seminar or something like that, or?
I always open for everyone. If somebody invite me, if I don't have schedule at the time, of course I'm very open. But like I say, I never like asking people for the seminar or something like invite me something like that. If people coming in here, I say we don't have contract anything. You must invite me to your country or something like no.
No.
When you coming in here, we will be welcoming. We'll be presenting the best what we can. That's it. I never asking you open our school in there, open this the corner. No, no. We just if there is somebody invite, of course.
Yeah.
If my schedule free, I always want. I always welcome everyone.
Yeah, it's you got to welcome everyone in there. The only reason I asked about the United States is because I feel that maybe if you came to the United States, like a lot of people would probably like so a lot of people can't afford to fly to Borneo, to Indonesia, but very expensive. But a lot of
Yeah.
people, if you came to the United States, would probably would definitely travel another state over or in the same state to see you. You offer online classes too, right?
Yes, I do online class for our level one curriculum and then short art because the Pukulan Patikaman and seni permainan and the short art, pure short art have a different. So we have different school. Pukulan Patikaman, this is a traditional silat. Of course, we learning the masiki and soto in here. But for the Nabur and Janawi short, we have specific school for that. So the class only learning it the Nabur sword and the Janawi sword. That uh, one of the old art which no people pay attention anymore. So we try to make that the art more popular again. So we make specific academy for that. So we open that for online. Now it's very good. Many people interest learning. There is from the Europe and American, Malaysia too, in Indonesia. They're very happy to learning it.
So with your system, eventually, like someone like for me, like I live in here in the middle of the United States, so if I took online, eventually you have to go to Indonesia and train with you in person, correct?
For the basic training, get some material you can learning from the online. But for the deep end certification, like a final test,
Mm.
you must be directly go to the Indonesian or when I have a visit or something the same area, you which close to you, yes, you can doing that. But
Oh.
like I say, in our method, the curriculum is very fixed. So always there is the ending curriculum.
Mhm.
The ending curriculum always there is. This is one, two, three, and here this is now you have must doing the tamat or final test or graduating the
Yeah,
system.
yeah, yeah. I see that you have to test in person. Same thing with me. Like a long time ago, I went to the Philippines to test with some stuff. So you have to definitely test in person. Um, so going on the we're coming up an hour now, 1 hour. Going on the in the future, like what are your plans in the future for your system, for you? What do you want to do like going forward?
Uh, Now I already have many school in the outside in our country. So we always promote, of course, because not many people knowing the Borneo Silat, traditional Silat. Even in here too, Silat too many style. That's it. So many in the West too, just knowing the some Silat from the specific area from Indonesia, but they doesn't know about Borneo Silat, Kalimantan Silat. And then of course, we always promoting, we welcoming for everyone interest to knowing, learning it, our system, and then this the short project too, the short project we make a. I think this is the first the school openly to the public, lah. Our short art, many Indonesian short art is not to open, lah. Even in the Borneo. So this is the first school very open to public, so the people have opportunity, not just learning the technical part, they learning the history too. Some Filipino too asking me about the correlation or something like that. That's interesting too. Because they try searching the root or something like that. One
Yeah.
of the many old art exists in Borneo. So we open it, we welcoming everyone, want to knowing something, asking something, try it, learning it. Yeah, I think just like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think a lot of Filipino martial art practitioners, like especially guys in Cali's Street because it's a lot of sword based, blade based system, would be interested in your material because I've shown a lot of people your videos that are in that system and they're like, wow, they like it. So maybe you'll get some students from that system in there. You got to have an open mind. You can't have the mindset of I'm better than you, my system's better than you, my sword is better than you. You have to learn from everybody, and I think everybody can learn from each other, whether you're Silat or FMA or some other system, to combine, the different techniques and different stuff like that. Have you ever been interested in learning Filipino martial arts, or you're just kind of like, I just stick to Silat?
For me, because in our area we don't have any another martial art. Even the Java Silat is not often in here.
Yeah.
And the Borneo too, even if I manage to Pisa, I must have a 15 hours driving the car, go to the close to the city, close city
Yeah.
in my area. I mean, in my area actually very deep. I mean, the Kuala Lumpur is very deep in
Oh,
here.
wow.
So yeah.
It's
So
like
even
a
I'm go
jungle.
to the city, so yeah, need 15 hours driving. Ah, so and then of course the school too promoting the traditional martial art from the Kalimantan. Yeah, like I say, I don't promote myself. If I promote myself, my skill, of course, I will be okay. This is what I do. What I do. No, what I'm doing is promoting our heritage. This is the Banjar heritage. This is the Dayak heritage.
Mm.
Something like that.
Mm.
So actually, I don't teach people self-defense. I
Yeah.
I I teach people the heritage which that is martial art in our culture. So that's what I'm doing. So that's why I'm not just presenting the technique. I'm presenting you to the culture, who's the founder, who's the senior, which area you can access that art. See, make it the camp is not just about technical thing, but the camp educate people of history and culture. That's what I'm doing. So me, I never telling people I'm a self-defense instructor or something like that. I'm just cultural, apa nih, educator. Like that. Even I use sword.
Yeah. 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 Your material is awesome. I love it. It's just it's very unique. That's why I wanted to get you on and do an interview because I want people to see what you offer and excuse me, what you have and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just a great system, guys. If you I will post a link, or you can post a link to our page where people can, or if you want to tell us where people can reach you, if they want to contact you, how can they reach you?
So, like I said, if you interest with our system in Pukulan Patikaman or the sword art, the Nabu sword art, or the Nawi sword art, uh, the way our method is we don't teaching people half-half. Just if for the seminar introducing, yes. But if you learning it, we only have the method which can make you easy to learning and fast learning too. Lah. And our system is not in the beginning in our system is always empty hand. Always empty hand. After that,
Okay.
blessed. Why like this? Because in our mindset, our approach, if you have solid defense by empty hand facing the sword or blade, how about if you have a blade? See,
Mhm. Yeah,
so
exactly.
most our style studying, focusing about langkah, and many people misinterpretation about langkah. Short translation. They think langkah is only footwork, the pattern. Actually, langkah is not just footwork and pattern. There is many, we call it kaidah. There is many formula. There is many subject in langkah, like a distance management, how to reading the attack, when the attack coming, when the attack not coming, what next, and something like that. That's studying of langkah. In our understanding, if you good with langkah, doesn't matter any weapon you use, you will be good. See, if you directly in our mental, in our mindset, if you direct, like I said, for example, if I'm directly learning the long sword position and langkah, if I without the sword, my langkah and reflex looks like I using the long sword, but I don't have any weapon. See, but if you already have learning the empty hand method, how to facing long sword, how to facing the knife, how to facing the middle sword, you know how in, how out, how to manage, and then put something in your hand. That's really very ini. Yeah, because the blade, the sharp blade, actually how to cut people, you don't need practicing 1,000 times. Our kid, our grandmother can chop people with the one slice. See, with the knife or with the machete. And then look, if we don't understand about what happened, really what happened, even the ordinary people using the machete, you fight ordinary people never learning martial art, it's difficult if you don't understand what is exactly happened. See, how to maintain the distance, how to block or something like that is difficult, even ordinary people. Because like in our system, it's not about how they swing it, but the first thing, that swing can reaching you or not. We using two approach. Make yourself long out from the position, or make yourself as close as possible in that position. That's all. So we don't play in the middle. See, because in the middle that means 100% power, the speed there, the agility there. If you knock out, in. That's in our mindset. See, so we don't like we say, people, you cannot prediction when and where people attack you. In our system, no, you 100% can prediction where the people attack you. Where? In the last position you're standing.
Yeah, that's a different way of thinking of it.
Yeah, that's why you must move. See, we don't stationary to accept the attack, because that 0-1 coming here, 100% power will impact here. See, where he attack you in your last position standing. That's the first essence in our system.
Yeah, that's a very different way. Yeah, that different way of thinking. Like I haven't really thought about that till you mentioned that. Yeah. So people could reach you on Facebook if they want to contact you about
Yeah.
Okay.
So for everybody who want to learning or just asking about the Pukulan Patikaman, they can inbox me in my messenger.
Messenger. Wow. This has been fantastic, sir. Been a great interview. Want to have you on again in the future, whenever you're free. Talk about some more Silat stuff. I've been wanting to get you on for a long time. This is that, when I left FMA discussion, I was going to get you on there, but I want to, I'm going to have you on my own show, not on my own show. I wanted to get you on here and talk about stuff in there. I want to thank you. I know it's late over there right now, so I want to keep you from your family. But thank you again. Appreciate it for coming on. Thank you for sharing that your system and your knowledge. It's guys, if you want to see great traditional Silat, this is the man right here, Demank. Seek him out. Go train with him. I think when I get time and you offer one of your classes, just inbox me, and like I'm gonna try to make one of those classes you got just to check it out.
You are welcome. My pleasure to welcoming you to
Yeah.
one of our class.
Yeah, I definitely want to do it. It's just a time difference because, you know, like right now it's 8 in the morning here and it's like 10 o'clock there in your time. So the time difference is a big, we have to coordinate it. I have to see like if it's like I'm not at work or if it's something where it's like middle of the night or something. But I'm definitely going to try to make one. I definitely want to check it out. I love Silats. I haven't really did a lot of it lately because I've been focusing on other stuff in my training, but I want to get back, you know, into it again, and I want to, you know, start, you know, learning other stuff. And if there's any other system I was going to learn, it's going to be yours because I like your take on things. I like
you will be love it. You will love it.
I like the video. Yeah, I like the videos already. Like when you did that, you see that one video I shared where you had the multiple attackers with a sword, where you're taking all those guys on with a sword. I shared it, and a lot of people got touched a lot of nerves. A lot of people, are, oh, well, that's just choreographed, you know. That's just. I was like, well, it doesn't matter what it is. It's awesome. It's like it's good, and I don't see other people putting videos out like that. You know, people they talk, you know, but I don't see them making videos like that. It's just, you know, they judge. But if you're going to judge, you have to produce a video yourself before you can start saying about other people. And I saw the video and they were like, a lot of people are like, wow, like the movements, you know, the ducking, and they loved it. But then, you know, there were some people too. And, well,
It's okay. Yeah. But we don't doing the choreograph thing. We just doing the action reaction simulation. We call that simulation. Simulation is apa nih? Of course I don't hit them directly or in
yeah,
something
cut
like
their head
that.
off. Yeah.
But to getting the feel, the rhythm, the free flow rhythm, which that you very need for the combat, something like that. We doing the free flow labatan, right?
Yeah, it was awesome. That's why I posted it. And like I said, it's just, I never seen anything like that before. It's just like you know, you see the one person in the classroom, like, this is how we do this, but we don't see the video with the music and then like the slow motion, and it's like a movie. So it's awesome. Like, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
And next time we have you on, I want to talk about how you make these videos and stuff. I know we, you know, ran out of time now, but next time you come on, I want to invite you again. I want to talk to you about how you do these videos. And maybe next time you come on, could we have a demo with one of your students, you and your student?
Okay.
So let's do it. Let's do it. Let's make a plan. Let's have you on maybe December.
December, yeah, we will see. We will see. We will see in December.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have you on, and we'll guys, we're gonna do demos next time. It's just at the time we're doing right now. It's like it's really late over there. We want to keep people up late. So, but next time we're gonna have demos, and we're gonna have talking about the videos and stuff. But I want to thank you again, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you. Have a great night.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
We'll be in contact. We'll talk. Okay. So I'm gonna bring it down. Any last words before you go? You want to say anything else before you leave? Any last words?
Last word, okay. Stay happy.
Stay happy, smoke a cigarette, eat some food.
Cigarette healthy, make us healthy, ya.
Picture, hey, I smoked when I was in the military for like 6-7 years, and I was like, I gave it up afterward. But hey, sometimes it helps you. Sometimes, but thank you again, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, guys, that was a great interview. We're a little short on time because it is late over there, and Demank has a family, and don't want to keep him up late. It's already like 10 or 11 o'clock over there at night. So, yeah. Who do we got coming up? So, we got all kinds of good shit coming up, guys. Coach Kurt's going to do his reflections with Datu Kelly Warden on the Water and Steel camp that he did. That should be good. I don't know if I'll be in that one or not. I wasn't there, so I don't know what kind of shit I can add to the interview. Because like I said, I wasn't at the camp, so I don't know if I'll be on that one. We do have Mr. Jaime Aguilar from CENTCOM, also a piper under Mr. Lloyd DeJong, and he was under Mr. Mike Blackgrave and CMOC. So that's gonna be a good episode, guys. We're gonna be talking about the border situation because Mr. Aguilar lives in Del Rio, Texas. Kind of like me, he lives right on the border. I live right next to Juarez, Mexico. So he lives right there on the border of Mexico. He lives on the American side in Del Rio, Texas, but the border is like right there, like a couple streets over. So we're going to be talking about how he's preparing his community. He's doing a great service for his community. So he's actually teaching a lot of his community members self-defense techniques, techniques he's learned from his friends, like in the Border Patrol, friends that are in law enforcement, what they see with a lot of the migrants coming over, the cartels coming over, causing violence, causing all kinds of fucking shit all over the fucking border right now, guys. The border crisis is real, guys. We live on this shit every day. We see migrants every day run through the desert. We see the aftermath of the cartels, especially where I live out over here. We see a lot of people getting killed around here for drug shit, dealing with the cartels, fucking with trafficking, stuff like that. So we both got stuff to share, stories to share. It's going to be great, guys. It's going to be candid, raw, unfiltered. We're just going to tell you how we feel about what's going on because we live it every day. We live here right on the border, in the borderlands. He actually lives a little closer than I do. Juarez, Mexico is about 25 minutes from me here. If you drive down the I-10 through El Paso, it's right there. But the violence reaches far out to the border. We have violence going on. Shit, they just found 10 bodies the other day on the side of the road here. Excuse me, on the 10 freeway by Demank, Mexico. Still investigating it right now. So this is Mr. Aguilar is doing a great service, though. He's teaching women, he's teaching men how to defend themselves, how to prep for that attack. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about what he's doing, his little seminars he's giving to his community. So a great community guy, great family man, great guy altogether, awesome practitioner, years of knowledge. So that's going to be September, I believe, we see 19th. We'll post the flyer out. Coach Kurt's making the flyer. But as always, guys, thanks for following. Click the like, share, and subscribe button on our YouTube channel. If you keep wanting to see real shit, not that fucking fake shit you keep seeing around people out there, you want to see the real deal, how we feel about things, unfiltered, we're never going to hold back, guys. So keep following, keep watching, and keep seeing what we got out. We got a lot of good shit out rest of the year, guys. Got a lot of good interviews coming up. Coach Kurt has a couple interviews he's going to share. I got a couple interviews. We're going to start getting some more women practitioners. I think we have a women practitioner on this month. So our goal is to try to get 1 or 2 women practitioners a month, so we can represent the female community in martial arts combatives. So it's going to be good, guys. It's going to be good. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I got to do my training right now. And y'all got to go to bed if you're on the other side of the world, or you guys can start your day if you're on the United States or Canada. So without further ado, let me click that outro music. Let me try to do it anyway. And thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe. Catch y'all next time. See y'all later. Peace.
Right?